The most significant change happening in marketing at the moment is what's emerging out of the behavioural sciences. We used to think that attitudes were defined by an individual over time and that those attitudes influenced their behaviour. What we're finding now is that that's actually in reverse. So individuals behave in a certain way and they post-rationalise those behaviours with attitudes. Study after study is showing that when we compare what people actually did with what they say they did, those two things don't match up at all. So at the same time as we're finding that behaviour is more central than we originally thought, we're also finding that our tools for measuring it are not as good as we thought. Luckily, this is also happening at a time of unprecedented ability to gather information about individuals. Any company of a reasonable size these days has access to a vast amount of information about their customers, and intelligent analysis of this information can not only improve our ability to understand behaviour, but can also unlock opportunities for growth for those businesses. As an example, we work with a retailer here in New Zealand and we're able to use millions of customer transactions to understand how people actually shopped around their stores. And we're able to use that to define a customer-centric layout for their stores, which delivered sales growth of double-digit percentages. Not all companies, though, have access to millions of transactions, but advances in technology as simple as a GoPro are allowing us to observe behaviour and not rely so much on reported information from consumers. Smartphones are also allowing us to target in-the-moment micro-surveys to individuals. We can capture image, video and responses from those individuals as they actually undertake a behaviour. All of these technologies are helping us close what's called the hot-cold empathy gap. And that's basically where we ask an individual to report on an event after the fact, and in that cold state they have trouble recreating the hot emotional state that they were in the event. And so they can't accurately recall how they behaved or why they behaved that way. The other really interesting source of people's thoughts and actions at the moment is social media. This is giving us an unparalleled view into people's lives for the first time. Zavvy is our social media listening platform which monitors millions of interactions in real time across New Zealand and internationally. This allows us to understand behavioural drivers, observe trends, and analyse the impact of communications effectiveness. It's easy to think that with customers sharing so much information, we no longer need to ask them anything. But the reality is that we need to be listening and we need to be creative about how we use this trove of data to unlock opportunities for growth.